Most of programmers believe they are improving. They learn new frameworks, they finish online courses, they build small projects, and yet years later they are still average. Not bad, not terrible, just replaceable. Especially with rise of AI. So why do only a small percentage of developers become elite? The kind of engineers that build operating systems, design game engines, or architect the massive systems. While most of the programmers never even get close to that. It's not IQ, it's not talent necessarily, and it's definitely not learning multiple frameworks. There are patterns. Let's break them down. Number 1. The comfort ceiling. Most programmers stop pushing once they become employable. Once they got their first job, understand one stack, and can ship some features, their growth slows down. And in some cases, it completely stops. But why? Because the real improvement requires sustained discomfort. Elite engineers work on problems slightly beyond their abilities, so they should always keep learning to be able to solve those hard problems. For example, look at Linus Torvalds. Swedish name, by the way. The mastermind behind the Linux. He didn't just learn the C. He built an operating system kernel at age 21. That's surely not normal comfort level coding. That's the deliberate depth. Most developers optimize for stability. Elite developers optimize for mastery. That's a big difference. Number 2. Shallow learning versus deep understanding. Most programmers are tool collectors. For example, they learn React and then Next.js, then a new backend framework, and then a new database. And that's work for them, do the job. But they don't deeply understand the memory, operating system, concurrency, network fundamentals. And now look at someone like John Carmack. We kinda owe him for 3D games. Carmack didn't just use the engines. He wrote them from the scratch. He studied hardware limitation and optimized at the lowest level. Elite programmers understand the system. Average programmers understand the syntax. Big difference. Number 3. They avoid hard problems. Hard problems look slow, frustrating, and ego-damaging. So most of the programmers unconsciously avoid them. Instead of building something complex from scratch, reading large open source code bases, debugging performance bottlenecks, they build another CRUD app. Hard problems build elite skill. Easy repetition build average skill. Look at Dennis Ritchie, for example. The man who created the C programming language. The GOAT. He didn't iterate on the tutorials. He co-created C and Unix, the fundamental systems that change computing. Elite developers gravitate towards the complexity. Most developers gravitate towards the familiarity. Number 4. Never shift identity. This is subtle but important. Most of programmers think I'm a developer who want to work at a company. Elite programmers think I want to build systems. One identity is employee-centered and the other one is builder-centered. When you see yourself as a builder, you can take ownership, care about the architecture, and think long-term. The elite skill tied to identity. If you only code when assigned tasks, you will grow at the speed of your job requirements. And that's usually slow. Number 5. No obsession. This part is uncomfortable. Elite programmers are usually obsessed. Not balanced, not casual, obsessed in the literal code. They think about problems in code while walking around or being in the toilet. Some people might look at them from outside and think they are crazy. They rewrite codes for fun. They argue about system design decisions deeply. And that level of intensity is rare. So most of the people don't want that lifestyle. Which is fine, but it explains the gap. Elite isn't just about scale, it's about depth and engagement. So after all, is it impossible to be elite in the programming? No, but it requires choosing hard problems repeatedly, studying fundamentals deeply, building large and uncomfortable projects, thinking like a system designer, and at last being okay with the long periods of feeling stupid. That's the cost. Most of programmers don't fall because they can't. They fall because they don't choose the path, or they don't stay on the path long enough. And ending, being elite isn't about being special. It's about consistently moving towards the discomfort instead of competence. Most developers optimize for comfort, but only a few optimize for the mastery. And over time that decision compounds, and eventually you become that special elite programmer. I hope it was useful for you, and let me know what you think about elite programming in the comments. And by the way, I have a Discord server which is a good community for programmers. You can check it through the link below in the description. And if you wanna write cleaner code, I recommend you to watch this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this video was useful for you. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.
I don't know what you want. Let's have